just starting out here. And this place is a zoo. Bear hunter back there with some hounds. And there's some other yahoo back there camping and shooting. And I'm seeing paths where there used to not be any. Now I've camped here before. This is looking like a path. And someone's been here just this morning, I think. Every camping spot is filled. I'm at the peak of the mountain. There's a road right there. I might have trouble getting out of here, I don't know. I was gonna go down the back side, but I think it's too muddy, I'm not gonna risk it. It's the most crowded I've ever seen this place. I know it's a zoo. I normally expected a zoo, but this is exceeding my expectations as far as how many people are up here. There's another guy just camped not too far from here. He doesn't know it. He may not know it, but he's in a real bad spot because where he camped, it's always slushy when the snow melts. No. Damn. Damn yahoos. Shit. This might be a bust already. Well, I know from camping on this side of this hill, there's a little valley in there. It's unburned, and I know from camping in there in the fall, there's a roost area down there. So they probably, if they've moved back to that location, then they would have when they fly down, they glide down from the tree and probably went up the hill, some up here looking for any type of sign. Should be easy with this frost on the ground. But with all the noise these people are making, if there's any turkeys around here, and they may have already left. People are going crazy. Well, if we come back here, I might set the blind up right around here. Mainly just to make it fun for my daughter. I'm not seeing any sign. But if there was any turkeys around here, this might not be a bad place to put a blind. You got coverage in 3 areas. It's just right here, you're blind. This year's hunt might just be a bust though. I got this much traffic up in these areas this early in the year. It's gonna be worse in May. Hey. No sign yet though. That guy's going to town over there. I hope he's shooting into an embankment. Last thing I need is a stray around to hit me. surprises me as much racket there is around here. I just heard a gobble coming from that direction. I really don't have to drive down there. Just let out a yelp. About 10 seconds later, I heard a couple gobbles and another yelp down there from my head. I think I know where they are. There's a big old cottonwood down there. I don't know if I can drive down the backside. It's a little bit far to walk. I might just walk it though. Just walking down the road. I decided I could drive this road, but I'm gonna walk it instead because I'll be able to see and hear more. Plus, if there's anything down there, I won't kick it up with the sound of my vehicle. Could have sworn I heard what sounded like Canadian geese that way, but there's never been Canadian geese in these mountains. Unless it was some really slow yelping from Jake's, but can't be that many in here. Didn't sound right. Could be someone down there on limited entry who's really bad with a turkey call. This mud is awful. Sometimes even though you can drive it on your 4x4 or 4-wheeler, sometimes it's better to just walk. Especially with turkeys. Hope we don't get another little sleet coming in. I'm hoping this mud will dry up a little bit, make it easier to get out. I don't think I like the way that looks. I think it's coming this way. If I get another rain, I might be stuck back here. I think I'm gonna head back to the truck. No sooner do I say that, does it start to sleet again. Just barely starting. I've been watching it for the last 5 minutes, trying to make up my mind on it. And I just made up my mind, and now it's starting to sleet again. So I gotta hustle. I gotta get out of here. Bad mojo. Not good. If I lose it, I can lose it right here. Alright, I think that was the worst of it. Nope, one more stretch. Huh, there's a guy camped over here, he moved. I guess he realized what a mud pit this area is. Yeah, oh, okay, well, hey boy. Yeah. Alright, home free now. So, this is that moonscape I was talking about earlier. A whole lot of nothing here now. Which begs the question, why am I here? I'm here because I was looking at satellite imagery and it looked up the date. And the prime turkey hunting area back there looked singed but intact. You may not believe it looking at it from here, but there was some prime hunting area up at the base of that mountain. So I'm here to see how accurate that satellite imagery is, but also because I'm curious. I've hunted this area so much in the past. I have been bursting with curiosity to check this area out ever since, just to see what's left. So I'm not expecting any turkeys back there, but it's still possible if satellite imagery is correct. It's like a little, it might still be a little oasis back there. Now right here, there used to be some cottonwoods and a creek ran right down in there. This used to be prime turkey area right down in here. Got a what was a roostable tree with clean running water. So it used to be down in this draw right here. When it comes down to it, that's what you really got to look for, is a tree where they can glide in and out. Like from there, they would glide into the tree, and they like fresh running water down there. This was good habitat. Not so much now. I bumped turkeys in there too. Breaks my heart. You can barely see it now, but right there used to be a trail that goes out and around over this side. I stood up right there and hunted coyotes across this valley once. Never called anything in, but I gave it a go. I know that fire is part of the natural cycle, you know, and puts fertilizer and nutrients back into the earth, but just the same, it's sad to see. By the time this area is back to how it used to be, I'll be too old to hunt, and the road down there will be paved. Kinda bums me out. I have so many memories hunting this area. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I just heard a turkey down there. No way. That means they're still working this draw. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I might have to walk this draw on my way back. I cannot believe I heard a gobbler down there. No way. Starting to get into the area where it used to be really fertile. Down there, I've actually found some smashed turkey eggs. And I set up right underneath that tree right there once. And I remember another time I was bebopping down a trail and I saw some movement at the corner of my eyes, and I kicked up I'm guessing it was a hen. Started putting right up the hill right there and right on up the mountain. Check it out. If you look at that tree right there, I'll see it's all dirt on the one side. That's how high the snow runoff got. Over there too. This is all snow runoff. Later on in the year, this will dry up. Look how high it got. I know this place. That watering trough right there, that guzzler. Look how deep this is right now. This here used to be flat, like a pebble bottom stream. One good thing, people are gonna get the four-wheelers back in here now, and I like that. to scare away the game. Yeah, there's been some serious mountain runoff over here. Oh, I know why. Because there's no cover. All the trees, all the vegetation is gone, so the snow's just got nowhere to go but straight down and fast. Look at the gouge it cut. Crazy. That's impressive. That's really impressive to me anyway. It's coming down with such force. This was all water right here too. Yep, I'm impressed. Maybe that's because I knew what was here before. Nice to see that tree survived. I know that tree means nothing to anybody watching this, but to me, in the past, it meant I was almost to my hunting area. Some more green right there. See what else survived the fire. About 3 or 4 years ago, right as I crested this slope right here, there was a turkey right out in the open right there. That thing saw me from way back here. Yeah, we're about here. There's a tree. And the area that I used to hunt is right over there. I don't believe I'm seeing this. That is my trail marker. I cannot believe it's still there. I think that's my trail marker. I remember a few years ago. See, whenever you come up a trail in the dark, like say 4 o'clock in the morning, everything looks different. The orientation is off. It's just harder to navigate in the dark. So I left this right off the trail to point the way. As to say, here, dumbass, this is the way you're supposed to go. Just as I remembered it, just burnt. I know this is probably completely unexciting to anybody but me, but I've hunted this area so much. I've seen a roost in that tree. Look at that thing. And I think last season, I hunted them down in, not last season, but the year before that, back in 2018, spring of 2018. I went down in that draw and hunted them down there too. You know, right now, this area's pretty brown. I mean, we are right below the snow line. I think all the turkeys are down lower in elevation right now where it's warmer. But come spring green out, mid-May, this area could probably still support some wildlife. It doesn't look like anything down there from the bottom. This area is still pretty burnt, but there's enough here where it just might come back to spring, mid-May. It might. There's still enough here. It's amazes me there's this much left, really. This is the furthest field that I've seen turkeys in the spring. I've bumped the turkey in here too. Tom, no less. I know around here and down in this draw right here, there was a lot of deadfall. I know the fire was the most intense around this area because there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of deadfall. I was scrambling all over it. Last time I was here, there was a turkey just right up that hill right there. This area might come back in the spring. I'm pleased to see that. There's enough here, it might. And then no one can tell from the road. Most people are too lazy to unask their ATVs and walk. Not this guy. Well, this might be as far as I go. Not much point in going further other than just to say I climbed the mountain. Quite a different view from all the way down there. From down there on the road, you could not tell that this pocket of area is here. I think I'm gonna break for lunch. I'm hungry. Handy tip when you want to sit and not get your butt wet. Kitchen bag. Very handy. Lightweight too. So there might be some turkeys down in that ravine below, which surprises me. I don't think there's anything up here yet. I did see some large hoof tracks that were not cow. So I'm wondering if a moose made its way through here. Shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Saw somebody's track. I wonder if a moose came through the area, which I'm kind of skeptical about. This area could still possibly be lucrative mid-spring. Not right now though. So the turkeys are definitely down low still. That much I know. Now there's two types of outings that I'll do. One with the family and one not. I hate saying it, but I do need to get out on my own because I can cover more ground faster on my own. But what I'm getting at here is that this hunting trip, if we go in this area, I think I'm gonna have to hold my horses. Meaning, I am to keep in mind that the real purpose of this hunt is to get the family outside after being quarantined for so long. My daughter just told me yesterday, and she's 6 years old, and she tells me this. She said, "Daddy, I'm tired of being inside all the time. I want to go out." It's sad because she's not going to be able to see her teacher nor any of her friends for the rest of the year. That's kind of heartbreaking. So, whether or not we actually see a turkey this year, I'm going to try not to care about it. Most important thing is just to go through the motions and get her excited about being outside and in the mountains. Start them when they're young, right? It would be nice if we got a turkey. That would get her hooked. We actually saw a turkey, she'd be hooked for life. So I think it's all a matter of perspective right now. And the other area, if we end up tenting it over there, because I'm not sure we can bring the trailer back in there, but if we end up tenting it, I found a pretty good spot to set up the blind. It's not too far from where we'd camp, so that might work out. Even if we don't see anything, the spacing, the positioning of everything, that would work out pretty well, I think. Snickers, my favorite. I'm gonna have to step it up here. Can't tell, but I think I got some more weather moving in, so I'm gonna have to move soon. Temperature's dropping. And it has been way too long since I've been out in the mountains. Now this is gonna sound pretty, I don't know, what's the word, hokey? But I find that the more time you spend in the backcountry, the more you use your senses. And you'll see things that you didn't before. You'll smell things and you learn to recognize them. I mean, some of our other senses are not as good as other animals, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't use them. So you spend enough time in the backcountry and you get an edge. Your senses get more in tune, so you'll see, hear, and notice things that most people will not, which is a plus. And it comes with just spending time in the mountains and more experience. The con, though, there's a big con of this, and this irks me. I cannot stand being in the city. When you spend enough time in the mountains where things move really slow, a lot slower, you notice a movement and your eyes, just your focus just goes straight to the movement and your mind starts analyzing it, because seeing movement is not normal aside from branches and weeds and things that move in the wind. So whenever you see something move, usually at the corner of your eye, the edge of your peripheral vision is actually really good at detecting movement. So when you see something, you tend to focus on it and your mind analyzes it really fast. You turn that, and that ability gets finally honed after a while. And then you put that into a city environment, and there is so much movement from all the traffic and people walking and so much signs blinking and all that. If I have spent a whole summer up in the mountains, like 2 weekends out of the month, or just spend the whole summer up in the mountains as much as I can, by the time I actually have to go into a heavily urbanized area, I'm on information overload. I can't handle it. The thing is, though, is that if you don't spend time in the mountains, you lose that edge, and I think I've lost that edge. I'm moving up here. I know I moved entirely too fast, and there's probably some things that I missed. I know there's some things that I missed, especially when I go look in that ravine, and then I walk up the mountain, and then I hear a turkey behind me where I just looked. You don't use it, you lose it. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's true. I just heard a grouse drum up that way. If you've ever heard a grouse drum, it's a sound you won't mistake. You may have heard it and not realize it's a grouse. But yeah, I just heard one right up that way. This is their mating season too, along with turkey. They only do that drum in the spring. I might come back here next grouse season. I should have been a weatherman. Seriously. Just barely started to rain. Back down at the creek now. I think I'm just gonna skirt the edge of that little ravine, gully, whatever you want to call it, glass, get my box call, because I'm feeling a little lazy and I don't feel like walking down there looking for tracks. These are still the highest roosts in the area. They can glide in from either side and there's water. Now I know from a fact that this altitude there's only so many trees that they'll roost in, and this is definitely one area they might still roost in if they're around. I bet you if I came back here at dark and shine a light out, I bet you I'll see them on the limb.